Hello. I am so very happy to see you. I guess you must, obviously you know who I am because I invited you here. This is one of the gatehouses on your property, on your wonderful property that is the Homerton Estate. Oh, it's magnificent, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Yes, but let me just explain. So, yes, my name is Willie. I was christened Wilhelmina, but I have to say I much prefer Willie. So, which I guess is funny because my girlfriend would probably argue with that. So yes, Willie and I look after the grounds. You have a wonderful team here, I assure you. They are hand-picked by me, and they all have different specialties, and you just, honestly, I know you have not yet had time to do a tour of the grounds, but as you can see, it's raining outside, and personally, I love the rain. I love going out there and I don't mind a little bit of rain at all, but I don't want you to get a cold, and you might not like it as much as I do. So, I thought I would invite you in here. As you can see, Miss Bridges has been in earlier. I do have my own small kitchen and I can actually make tea, but Miss Bridges, she's such a sweet bean, and she does like to pop in and we have a little chat, and she will bring me afternoon tea from time to time. I hope you don't mind. You do have a wonderful staff. Everyone is so very friendly, and I think that really helps. So if you would like some tea, I assume that you've probably been offered tea quite a bit since you arrived here. It's what we do, yes, but tea is smashing, don't you think? Well, I just wanted to talk to you whilst it's raining outside and give you a little rough idea of what you have. So, you have acres and acres of landscaped formal gardens. This is why you have a whole team. Because there's a lot. There is so much going on. You also have one of my favourite pieces of your land. It's the walled garden. You have 2 walled gardens. One is focused with vegetable planting. I love it. Yes, and then you have, because you have all of these, the formal gardens, everything is very precise and exactly where it needs to be. But the other walled garden is the wildflower garden, and I love it. There are gorgeous verbenas. They are so tall and elegant, and so the wildflower garden, that is where you'll find me quite a lot. I love looking for bees. It's a personal passion of mine. Perhaps at some point we can have a little talk about bees, if you don't mind. That would be wonderful. I could bore you to bits about bumblebees. Well, thank you for humouring me. So you have your formal gardens and you have your walled gardens, as I said. Beautiful vegetable patch. We have carrots and turnips and onions and garlic. We do love garlic. I know that that it is said that over here we do not have flavourful food, but we do like a little bit of garlic, quite a lot actually. And potatoes, oh, so many potatoes. I just love the versatility of a potato. Do you have a favourite type of potato? I mean, obviously, as in, not whether you like your Maris Piper or your Roosters, but I love a jacket potato. I guess you might call it a baked potato, but we call them a jacket potato, and that's one that's been in the oven and it's cooked for a very long time, and you've got this lovely jacket, so that's why it's a jacket potato for us. And I love it. It's such a simple thing, and even when you're out camping, you can get some tin foil and wrap it up and pop it on cooking for a while, and go out exploring and looking for rocks and little beasties and all sorts of wonderful things. And you can go foraging, and then you can come back and your potato will be ready for you. I love slicing them open, putting a knob of butter so it just melts into it, and then toppings. The world is your oyster. I appreciate that. I have just ranted for quite a while about potatoes, and that is probably a bit weird. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. I am really, really happy to see you. Lady Squamalot, she was like an aunt to me. She meant the absolute world to me, and she was so very kind. I think you may be aware I was studying at the local agricultural college. Yes, and when I graduated, Teresa headhunted me and invited me here, and I've been here for a few years now. And this little gatehouse, I know it's only small, but that's all I need. I don't need, no offence, I don't need a massive house with like 30 bedrooms. I just need a little cosy place for me to exist, me to nest. And then I've got the grounds. So you have your formal gardens, your walled gardens. You also have a lake. So, do you know, Lady Squirmalot used to love going down to the lake, and she didn't really like fishing. She didn't like the idea of killing fish. That was not. But she did like to stand out there and just spend time, and I used to spend time with her. It was just, she was a wonderful woman, so caring, and I'm sure I can see some of that in you. I know you'll do her proud. Are you a little bit anxious about running the estate? Teresa's got your back though. She is a genuinely lovely person. She obviously has great taste in staff. And you've got Bob. Bob is splendid, and if anything ever gets broken, don't worry, Bob seems to have magic hands. Bob can fix it. I find that hilarious, but Teresa didn't really seem to get it. But she's a sweetie. So I know you've met Miss Bridges, and you will have seen Bob about. And yes, there are other people on the estate that I'm sure we will introduce to you at some point. You do also have some farmland. We don't need to worry about that too much. You're welcome to visit at any time, but yes, we rent that out. Very, very low rent, so you're not bringing in a massive amount of income, but it means the world to the local farmers to have access to the land. Yes. Talking of income, have you given any thought as to what you might do to bring in some extra pocket money for the estate? Funny you should ask, because I do have some ideas. If you don't mind, well, there was a business component of my course at the agricultural college, and it let me explore ideas that I don't think I would have had. So you have a wonderful house, and it's very, very big, and you don't need it all, right? So have you thought about just opening it up, maybe for filming as a location? I think that could be done. Yeah. Or as a wedding venue. Well, I quite like that idea because I love the idea of making it beautiful, even more beautiful. We could have arches and marquees, and it would look just wonderful. I also thought that perhaps we could look at, do you mind? I don't want to overstep. I'm just very excited to meet you, and I have so many Thank you. You're very kind. So the other thing that I thought we could do was work with the community even more. Lady Squirmalot was very, very engaged in the local community, and it would be wonderful if we could work with them. Your vegetable garden inspired me. I was thinking we could host like almost a little fair, little village fair type thing on the grounds. There's plenty of space. We could have competitions. Would you be interested in judging competitions like the largest pumpkin, the biggest onion, and, well, I mean, yes, we could get some baking done. Would you be interested in trying some baked goods and judging? I would also be interested in trying the baked goods, but the judging would make me very uncomfortable. I don't think I could. But if you think you've got it in you, we could arrange something like that. We'll see if you've got any more ideas. Yes, so there are a few ways that you could bring in some extra cash. You could raise the profile of the estate, and you could just continue to do the work that Lady Squirmalot began. Now, I think the next time we meet, I should just take you out and point out some of the grounds. We have woodland, and we have some meadows too. You have everything that you could possibly want. I did. Okay, so could you hear me out? I have one other little thought. So in the woodland, which is pretty big, so you wouldn't need to do this in the whole of the woodland, but my other idea, well, I had two ideas with it, to be honest. So, have you heard of LARPing? Live action role plays. So I thought you could open out parts of the land to LARPers. I may know one or two. They hold a dear place in my heart. Yes, so I'm just putting that out there as a potential option. We could rent out. That would be pretty low income though, because we wouldn't want to charge too much for these people just enjoying a smashing hobby. But yes, they could. I think, I don't think they'd mind if we did that. If you wanted to, we could go and see what they were up to and check them out. And they seem to have so much fun. It would be wonderful if we could do that for the local LARPers. Okay, so think about that one. And the other one, I had this idea that maybe we could section off part of the woodlands, maybe make a few little sheds and type abandoned looking buildings. You do have some ruins, actually. We won't, this is not part of, no, we'll keep those pristine. So what I was thinking, paintball. Use some of the land as a paintball area. Set up some different areas with different things that I know you're tempted. You'd want to get stuck into. I think that could be arranged. There's so many different things that you could do with this land. I also have the idea that if you really wanted to, you have that beautiful lake. Theoretically, you could let people dive in the lake. It's pretty deep. You never know what you might find. So you could, you could open that up to divers. So just a few little things to think about, just ways to monetize the estate, to bring in a little bit of extra spending money, and then we can do wonderful positive things with that. Well, I'm glad that you're considering at least some of my ideas. Yes, the idea of having a bridezilla around, I can see how that. But also, just think how lovely it would be to host a wedding, and for this to be somewhere that people will always think fondly of. This is where they got married. And as I said, it would just be beautiful. I could just, we've got so many flowers that we could pull in and use for decorations, and we can work with a local florist. Excellent. And there'll be some charity events. Those won't be bringing in money for us, of course, but they are things that we can organise. Yes, Teresa does let me help out organising things. She says it would be a waste as I'm such a keen bean, so she likes to channel my energy, apparently. Yes, but we're just one big team here, so it's great. It's great that people listen to my ideas. I wonder, maybe at some point you can meet the girlfriend. I've told her all about you, well, as much as I knew, and I can't wait to tell her more. Excellent, excellent. It was just wonderful spending time with you. I feel like I'm definitely in the right place. And I feel like you're in the right place. I think Homerton House, this is where you need to be. This is where you should be. I'm so pleased that our paths have crossed. I feel that you have wonderful energy. You may encounter different sorts of energy in the house. Yes, I do know some of the history. I am aware of some of the stories, some of the sightings, and some of the reports. Well, perhaps that is something to talk about another time. I don't think you have anything to worry about. I'm sure the banging was nothing. It's an old house. There will be bangs and interesting noises. I hope you feel safe though. Good, I'm glad, because you are safe. You're very safe and you're cared for. Well, we will discuss things. I cannot wait to speak to you again. I cannot wait to give you more ideas. I cannot wait to plan things. I love planning things, and I need to get back outside to the gardens. There are some things I do need to tend to, but I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day. Have the snuggliest of sleeps when it is time to go to bed.